What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Schixo podcast here on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Schixomania. You can follow me on Instagram at Schixo Forever, and you can subscribe right here on YouTube at Schixo. So today I have my first guest, my first official guest on the Schixo podcast. I have Robert Mallette the fourth. For y'all.
You just said my whole.
There's four of y'all, man.
My name Rob. But yeah, it's four of us. Yeah,
That's crazy.
We might be making a number five.
Oh my god.
Number five.
So, Rob is here today because he is my neighbor, and as you guys know, I live in Italy, in Europe, and we both happen to be African American young men. And I brought Rob in here today because he's been a lot of places since he's been here in Europe, and I just want to talk about the experiences of being black and overseas. I know a lot of people, due to our current political climate in America, they like to imagine what life would be like in a different country. They want to move out. They want to go somewhere else. So we're here to give you guys a little bit of information, backstory on what exactly that might be like. So Rob, you've been to just about everywhere over here. You've been to Switzerland, you've been to England, you've been to Dubai, you've been up and down Italy, of course. What would you say the general reception to being black has been for you? Has it felt different than in America, or does it feel about the same as it usually does?
Can you hear me? Cool. I feel like it's different. It's different in a way that I can't really explain. So like in America, being black is like you know where to go, you know where not to go. But over here, it's just like, I guess I'll go over there. I guess. I mean, it's pretty safe, but yeah, I don't know.
Do you ever feel like your, I guess, safety is threatened anywhere that you've been so far? Do you feel like, well, okay, I guess I'll rephrase that. Do you feel like you're in more danger than the average tourist? Because of course, like, tourists over here are always going to be big targets. They always try to go after people who don't live in the area because they're easy targets. They don't really know where they're going. They don't know what's around. They don't know what places to avoid. But do you think being black has made that any worse than it is for like average, maybe Caucasian or Asian or anything else?
Nah, I feel pretty safe over here. Like way more safer than like how I would feel if we was back in America. Like, sounds kind of crazy, but like I can leave my door unlocked at night, and then I can trust that nobody else would come in the house. Like, I mean, it's pretty safe. Like, even if you go to Dubai, like Dubai is like what, like 2 hours away from like Iraq or something like that. And like those are the most like friendly people ever. Like black, white, Asian, whatever you are, like they treat you the same. I would hope they would, but the people that I seen was like pretty friendly, and like I don't know, it was pretty friendly. I felt safe. Me and my wife felt safe, except for that one time though. I'll tell y'all about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you about
we'll
that.
We'll talk about that.
But
I could definitely agree with you on that. There's been a lot of places I've been where I felt just a very warm reception to me. I think the most telling one was when I was in Morocco. When I was in Morocco, I was out with a few of my friends. One of them happened to be Caucasian, and I felt that he was in more danger than I could have ever been, because somebody had actually like walked past us, and he was like this muscular, bald, dark-skinned guy. And he walks past us, and he just starts talking some type of crazy mess under his breath to my Caucasian friend. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, I don't know what this dude's saying. I don't know if he casting a spell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, okay, this might not be the safest place. And we were just downtown at the grocery store, Yeah. And I'm like, me personally, I haven't, like, I've been fortunate enough not to have experienced a racial incident since I've been over here. My wife personally has, and I think your wife has too. And I just haven't experienced that yet. Have you experienced anything similar to what they've experienced?
Nah, other than like the stares that we get all the time, nah. I feel like they think that I'm like black Italian, or like they know that I'm American, but like I don't know. I don't know. Like they know that I'm American, so they like, oh wow, it's an American black guy. I've never seen an American black guy before. So like I don't know what they're thinking, but like I don't know if it's like a racist thing or it's just like,
So
no, wow,
you
I'm
think
amazed.
possibly they're just more in awe because they don't see someone like you come around very often.
Yeah, just like in Japan or like China, like they take pictures of you and stuff like that, cause
I
they
can
never,
attest to that.
yeah, they never seen black people. Like
Yeah,
imagine a world like you where you never seen like a certain race.
yeah,
Like you'd be like, oh my goodness, that's a white person.
yeah.
Like I can't imagine myself saying, "Oh my goodness, that's a white person over there." I see white people all the time, but it's pretty crazy.
I think, like I said, I can attest to that because when I was in Korea, I would have Korean grown men come up and ask to take a picture with me. And I'm like, you must think I'm a basketball player or a rapper or something, or you must think I'm Will Smith because
Yeah,
why are you taking a random picture with me? And he was like basically like almost asking as if like he knew I was a celebrity,
yeah,
not like trying to sneak like a picture of me or something like that, but like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, dude, I'm just a black guy, man.
yeah. Yeah,
I
they're
don't know
not
who you
used to
think
it.
I am,
They
but
are not used to it at all. I mean, it's kind of like I don't want to say it's sad to say, but it's kind of sad for them to actually think that way, like that. Oh wow, I've never seen a black person. Like, oh, it's a black person here. It's the first black person I've ever seen.
I guess they ain't there. I mean, there aren't that many black people in Japan, so it's
Yeah,
understandable.
or not
Or
enough black
Korea,
people traveling to Japan.
yeah. But um, I was about to say something. Um, a lot of times I think that the way that America is put on a pedestal around the world because we're like almost the entertainment country of the world. Like we're
Yeah,
number one in everything. Like all the sports leagues, except for
soccer.
soccer, we're number one in all the sports leagues when it comes to football, baseball, and basketball. Um, as far as like Hollywood goes, there's not a bigger movie industry than in America.
Yeah,
As popular as like Bollywood is, and as popular as some movies are that are shot in England, when it comes to the marketing aspect of it, it's all mainly done in America. And I think there's like a microscope on America, and everybody like wants a little piece of it, or there's some people who like resent it. And as a result, when we actually come over and visit these countries, we get treated a lot differently.
yeah,
And I had an experience with that when I was in Korea, and I went to a church that was just full of like Korean people, and they were being so weird to the point that I didn't want to come back anymore. Like every single
what,
time I went there, it was just like, ooh, ah, oh, come sit with us. No, come sit with us.
what?
Oh, let's teach him. No, we're gonna teach him. Oh, he's black. Oh, I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm not coming down here no more.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of uncomfortable.
it is.
Like it's uncomfortable. Like imagine just somebody like, oh wow, wow, like just snapping pictures of you on the side, like, oh wow, look
Yeah.
at that guy. Like that's mad uncomfortable.
So tell us about that experience you had in Dubai.
Man, all right. I thought I had to throw a couple bows. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, but we was in Dubai for a little bit for my wife's birthday, and we decided to catch the train. And like, I mean, because it was cheaper to catch the train than like a taxi. So we decided to catch the train, and at the train station, we was we saw like a group of like I don't know what they were, I don't know what they were, but they were black, like maybe like Nigerian or something like that. I don't know what they were. So we were walking, and of course we like we dressed nice and stuff because we were in Dubai. We about to take pictures and all this other stuff. So
I saw y'all. Y'all was looking real fly.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we we just chilling, trying to catch the train, and then all of a sudden, we go up to the elevator. I always get confused. Which one is the elevator? Which one
The
is
elevator
the
is
escalator?
the escalator is the stair looking one.
Yeah, we in the elevator.
All right.
We in the elevator, right? So we waiting for the elevator, and as soon because the dudes are like right next to us, and the elevator's right here, right? But
Yeah.
they sitting down. So I'm like, okay, cool. They just sitting down, and of course they stare at us because I'm so used to stares. I'm just like I don't mind it no more. I'm just like, oh, whatever. They staring at me because they know I'm like brown skin. I'm not like a darker complexion, so they probably know I'm American or from somewhere and not Dubai. So the elevator opens up, and all of a sudden we walk in the elevator, and all of a sudden they all like walk in the elevator with us, and my wife was like, we getting out of here. And then we turn around, and she was like, let's take the stairs. I'm just like, okay, cool. And I was thinking about it at the time. I was just like, oh wow. I wasn't even thinking about like nothing that crazy, cause like I mean,
that could have been like a Captain America moment.
yeah.
When he's in the elevator and he just like puts all them dudes to sleep.
Like I wasn't really paying attention. Like my guard was down, cause like I'm on vacation. Like we chilling, we having a good time. Like I'm not thinking like nothing negative like that. Like somebody about to rob us. But good thing my wife was like thinking like that, and was like just like, oh, let's turn around and take the steps, cause they definitely hopped in the elevator, and they was looking suspicious now that I think about it, and like I don't know what could have happened, but I would have did something. I don't know what I would have did, or they would have beat me up or something, but I would have beat somebody up. I would have beat somebody up. So we took the steps, and then we saw them. Did we see them? I don't know. No. Yeah, I don't know where they went, but yeah. It was just pretty weird. But yeah, like situations like that, you don't really run into that often. So like, it's normal for you to always have your guard down, because like people don't do anything. Like I haven't seen a cop pull. I haven't seen like anything that's like violent in Italy since I've been here. Like I haven't heard like too many like police cars. I heard like ambulances and stuff like that, because that's normal. But like,
And that's a testament to like the area that we live in.
yeah,
It's a small area.
yeah,
I'm sure like in the bigger cities, your Romes and Milans of the world,
yeah,
it's a lot more prevalent crime is.
yeah.
They always tell us to watch out for that type of stuff. And anywhere you go, they'll tell you, watch out for pickpocketers and things like that. And that doesn't have to necessarily do with being black. That's just being a tourist or just being there, period. Because I'm sure it happens to citizens that actually live there too.
Yeah.
But as far as this area goes, this area of Aviano, San Carino, I would say, I think you would agree that we get treated very fairly here. I don't remember having very many incidents here where I felt uncomfortable or threatened, or like, somebody had a problem with me just by looking at me. I wouldn't say that for this local area at all. I will say that I know it's a prevalent thing in England. You can read a lot of articles of the Premier League, the soccer league up there, where a lot of the black players, the African players and stuff, will get racial slurs shouted at them during the games by drunk fans and stuff. And it's like, it's not to say that it doesn't exist, because clearly it does. But if thinking that, if you think you want to move out of the country to start somewhere fresh and somewhere new, I will tell you that there's inklings of like racism everywhere, every single country in the world. You'll find it. You might not be the victim of it in a particular country, just like I wasn't in Morocco, but it's definitely there. So as an American, you always have to just look out for that type of stuff because of where you were born. It doesn't have to necessarily be because of the color of your skin. If people see Americans, a lot of cases, sometimes people will target you based off of that. So maybe moving out of the country could be the solution, but it's not a 100% success guarantee,
Nah,
right?
yeah. I wouldn't say it's like oh yeah, if you move to a different country, everything's gonna be fine. Nah, it's something that grows on you. Something that grows on you. It grew on me. Like I'm from Baltimore, so like I'm not used to people staring at me. I'm not used to people like just looking at me all the time. Like, cause I mean, if you staring at me, that means like you either gonna say something or like you want some, you about to do something. So like it caught me off guard, but I kind of knew it was gonna happen because I knew that they wasn't used to it or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely something to grow on, and like I wouldn't say that it would be like 100% perfect because nothing is 100% perfect. It's negative people everywhere you go, negative people everywhere you go, and like you just gotta overcome. You just gotta overcome it. Just like live your life, and whatever happens, happens. Whatever.
I would say you can't really escape it. No matter where you go, and this is people of like all races, honestly. No matter where you go, somebody might hate you just because of the color of your skin, whether you're black, white, or whatever. Somebody might just hate you because of the color of your skin or associate you with something. Like, I'm pretty sure that guy in Morocco associated my friend with the idea of Americans coming and just taking over everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all he was doing was just shopping at the grocery store. He wasn't there to like, you know,
Yeah.
take nobody's kids away from them or anything like that. But that's the type of, I guess, stereotype that's put on us
America.
as Americans.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
because it's not false.
yeah,
It's
it's
not
not
false.
it's not, but it's not
It's
like
not our
it's not
fault.
relevant to every single one of us
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah. Because it's not false that America just like bullies everybody. Because it's true. It's true that America like bullies every single country that we're like allies with, basically. But it's not our fault. Like I'm no politician. Like I'm just here trying to live my life just like you.
And
You
I
know?
honestly, I'm not into politics enough to be able to really even touch on that, honestly. But you know, it's unfortunate, but it's a thing. So just don't think that moving out of the country is going to be a 100% guaranteed success. If you're thinking it's going to solve all of your problems, moving out of the country is not the equivalent of moving to a new city in America. It's not the same thing. You might be able to move to a new city in America and really find yourself and take that next step in your life and become a bigger person and avoid some of the problems that maybe were back home. But if you're trying to avoid racism and you think moving out of the country is going to do that, I have a news flash for you. It doesn't work like that.
Nope.
It doesn't work like that at all.
I remember reading this one post, cause uh, it was one post on like on a page on Facebook with like people that's around the area joining and stuff. So there's one lady, she was white, and she went to like the store. She went to the store and like all she was trying to do was like get some help or something like that. And the dude got mad and was like, "Oh my goodness, go back to America, da da da, go back to America, this and that." Like, I mean, so like I mean that goes to show you that like just because it's not just because you're black, it's just because like you're American. They don't want you in that country, taking all that energy and taking all that stuff and like I mean, but I don't get it though, because at the end of the day, like I'm paying you. Like we use euro and we use dollars. Most of the time we use euro. I mean, what does that go to? That goes to the Italian economy.
Mhm.
You know.
Like I said, it's just an idea. It's an association, and a lot of foreigners, I would say most of foreigners, the majority of them are able to look past that. But just like the majority of Americans are able to see that racism is wrong and shouldn't be a thing, but then you have those who keep it alive no matter where you go. You have those in America that will keep racism alive because they keep teaching the same things to their children and their children's children, and it just carries on for generations. It's the same thing overseas. So like, since there's this idea of what Americans are, it's going to be passed down from generation to generation. So there's always going to be at least a small percentage of people who just won't like you because you're American. And that's something that if moving out of the country is what you want to do, I encourage that because there's a whole world for you to see. But you need to prepare yourself mentally for the fact that sometimes you might come into contact with the same thing you were dealing with in America. Like I think we went to the beach and somebody called my wife the N-word. Like you wouldn't think that would happen in Italy. You're like, oh, Italy, yeah. Don't nobody even know the N-word over in Italy. No. It happened.
They got Instagram and Facebook just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Social media is a big impact. It has a big impact. Yeah,
but at the end of the day, like Rob said, you just gotta live your life and don't try to avoid it because it's always gonna find you if it's meant to find you. Just focus on living your life, and if you want to move out of the country, then do that. If the only reason to move out of the country for you is to avoid racism, though, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're putting yourself in a real bad situation, inconvenient situation, I would say, for basically no reason.
Yeah. Don't move to Italy with no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, be broke.
That's all we got for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe on Spotify, on iTunes, on YouTube at Schixo. Rob, you and your wife have a YouTube. Would you like to plug that right now?
Yeah, why not? So we got YouTube. It's coming along nice and strong, but y'all can subscribe to us at Robin Nah Worldwide. I got some videos on the way.
On YouTube, I will leave the link to their page in the description so you can check their page out and like, share, subscribe at their page and hit that bell for notifications. You can follow me on Twitter at Schixomania. You can follow me on Instagram at Schixo Forever. Do not forget, keep it locked here on the Schixo podcast. Make sure you check back every single day to see if I posted something new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.